Glenda, have you seen Miss Hamilton?
Yes, she went through ages ago. She's probably in her chalet, Mrs. Pollard.
I haven't time to look for her now. You leaving?
Yes, there's a bus at the bottom of the drive in 3 minutes.
Well, you won't catch it without rushing, and that will never do. I'm going to the village. Would you like a lift?
Oh, that'd be a great help.
I've just got to get some petrol first.
Oh, that's all right. I've got 1 or 2 things to finish off, so, what, 10 minutes?
So how's it going? Job not too much for you?
Oh, no, I'm really enjoying it.
You must take care. First months of pregnancy are tricky. I was very sick with Miranda.
Well, I haven't had any trouble so far.
Lucky girl. Pick you up in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Think she'll take 20 quid's worth?
I think it just might. At a squeeze.
Well, it's not hard in squeezing. You have a look well.
What do you think?
This? Positively le monde, love.
No, it is better.
Oh, the best. Your corner of the market in the West Midlands.
I give up.
And that's something you don't do very well.
Can you send here, Mrs. B?
If you've got a minute, I'll show you around.
Why not?
Thank you. I don't run away.
I wouldn't dream of rushing. What exactly does he mean by that?
We've got giveaway goodies.
Oh, Percy, I love you.
And this is the office.
Very nice. I haven't had a chance to talk to you since that unfortunate dinner party.
I wouldn't call it that.
No, that's because you're polite. I'm not. Unfortunate is a kind word, and I'm in a kind mood today. I wasn't that night. I was in a foul mood, and I'm told I behaved very badly.
Oh, come on now.
And said things, particularly to you, that I shouldn't have done. I apologize.
No need.
Waste of evidence. No, certain circumstances have got me very much on edge, and when I'm like that, I take it out on people. Particularly anyone who's handy. You and Oliver were very handy. Not nice. One of my failings.
With our compliments, Mrs. B.
My dear Divine. Well, that's J. Henry's birthday present solved. Just the thing for the man who has everything. Conspicuously empty, however. I thought you motor car people went in for splashing the champagne butt.
We're saving that for the first anniversary.
I shall hold you to that. Let's hope you can afford the champagne.
Let's hope you can afford the petrol.
Mr. Dobson, I didn't expect to see you so soon.
What an attack of conscience, Mrs. Brownlow. I was on my way back to the office, but I couldn't help thinking of you here all on your own.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm just washing down the paint. But come on through if you've a minute.
Well, I've got more than a minute. All afternoon.
What?
Well, not much on in the way of paperwork, and I did take young Kevin away from you. So I'm here in his place to offer me services.
It's all right. We're in no hurry, you know.
Well, you don't fancy living in this mess for long, do you?
Well, no,
Well,
but-
then. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. I used to be a dab hand with a paintbrush.
Well, yes, I'm sure, but I mean, what about your clothes?
Oh, well, you know, anything will do. One of your old aprons, just to tie round.
Well, that's very good of you. I'll go and have a look.
Anything you want doing, just shout out.
Well, since you're here and since you're the expert, I'm not too happy about that paint. I think it's quite wrong.
Oh, what colour were you expecting?
Just a tick.
Is this all right?
Oh, I doubt if it'll go anywhere near, but let's have a go, eh? Oh.
This is the colour that Glenda chose, but you should have seen the first one. Bright orange.
Good grief.
So after that, I was content to settle with anything.
I hope you don't mean that.
Well, you know.
Well, it's none of my business, I know, but you're still a young woman, Mrs. Brownlow.
Get away with you.
Well, you are, as far as I'm concerned. Darn sight too young to get pushed in a corner and forgotten.
Oh, shan't let that happen, don't you worry.
Well, you might say that now, but things have a way of creeping up on you. Once you give up this house, well, you give up a lot of your rights. I've seen it happen before. As a matter of fact, we keep coming across it in the trade. The number of granny flats and extensions we get called on to build in a year, you wouldn't believe.
Well, I should have thought that was all to the good, wouldn't it? I mean, it means the family stay together.
Well, it sounds all right. Just their job for the first year or two. Built-in babysitter. Yeah, not a lot of trouble. Keeps herself to herself when she's not needed. But give it time and Gran becomes a bit of a pain. They forget it was her house they're now living in, which she handed over for a pittance, as likely as not, and they start getting fed up. She's starting to need attention now. Can't get about like she used to.
Oh, I think I've got a long way to go before I get to that stage.
It comes to us all in the end, and sooner than some of us like to think. You see that you get a good price for this house, if you're intent on handing it over to the kids. Little nest egg in the bank, just in case. Independence. Very important.
Oh, Kevin and Glenda know what this place is worth.
Yeah, but do you, Mrs. Brownlow? And I don't just mean in hard cash.
Don't scarlet money, Mac. It might take offense. This is the one I'm waiting for. The one with the 4 hours double time for bending me elbow over at the Banks' place. That'll finance a little win double for me when the old season starts getting underway. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Stoppages. Look at this lot. Size you up the wall. They've stopped enough for me to pay for half this place, you know that? I bet they made a packet here.
Who?
Dobson's mob. What, all that overtime they put in to get this place finished? What is the matter with you, Mac?
Nothing. Look, where's Sharon?
I don't know. What do you want her for?
Nothing.
Oh, well, you're lucky, aren't you? That reminds me.
What are you up to?
Dropsy, innit?
You are?
I promised to buy Maeve a present, so this'll do nicely.
Oh, come on. You just got a whole lot of overtime.
So?
You're loaded.
Well, she doesn't know about it, does she? Right? Anyway, all she's used these for is drinking cold tea out of. No point in buying cut glass for that. You want one?
No, thanks.
Oh, well, be miserable. How about sending Trina a box of these in lieu of payment?
Just leave it, Sid, okay? Just leave it, okay?
Okay, okay.
Hello. One bottle of wine, medium dry.
Sarah, a cup of tea, love.
Mr. Dobson.
Oh, pop the kettle on, Glenda.
Well, where's Kevin got to?
Blame me for that. Bit of an emergency. A former night. That's what I'm doing here, standing in for him.
Oh, how nice of you.
You're not making a lot of progress, though. You must have a better stripper than this.
Well, I think I'll thread one out in the shed. I'll have a look. I'll see about that cup of tea as well. Your face.
What's he doing here?
Well, he came to offer to help. I couldn't very well refuse, could I?
Well, what's he up to sending Kevin back to work and staying here? Why didn't he stand in for the foreman?
He wanted to teach Kevin a lesson for not going into work in the first place.
On his day off?
It wasn't his day off. It's just the point he should have been at the garage.
So what? I mean, all the overtime he's put in, he's entitled.
Without telling Mr. Dobson, he should have asked him first. It wasn't right, you
Mum,
know.
Kevin is a junior partner. If he wants to take the morning off, it's up to him, as long as the work gets done.
Come on, let's make that tea.
Don't trust Dobson. What's he up to, Mum?
Let's get this down.
Well, we're talking about 800 quid without labour. And that's really between you and your insurance company. But I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll work on the estimate today. You submit it, and I'll just have to leave you to fight it out with them.
Well, that's all that can be done.
Right?
Okay.
I'll be in touch as soon as I can.
Okay, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, what do you think?
Oh, there's too much work. I think they'll write it off.
Yeah. So what's your trouble? Sid said you had trouble.
Sid talks too much.
You haven't?
As a matter of fact, I have. Look, can we talk about this in the office?
Yeah, sure, come on.
See you in a minute, another gap for you. Look, I never got that 10 quid, Sharon.
Your increase?
Yeah.
Next week.
How come?
Because it was agreed after I'd done this week's wages.
Oh, no.
Oh, come come on, Mac. I can't go bending all the rules.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was counting on it. You know, I was really uptight when I opened my wage pack and it wasn't there.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Oh, no.
Do you want a sub?
No, it's okay. Now I'm in the picture. It doesn't bother me.
Things will be a bit better after next week, won't they?
Yeah. Look, I never got on to saying thanks for having a word with Mr. Banks.
That's all right.
Well, if you hadn't, I wouldn't have had anything.
Oh, I don't know. You could have asked him yourself. He's a very good listener.
Yeah, he did say you did help to sway him.
Modesty.
Well, whatever it was, I'm grateful. Thanks.
Yeah. It's not a clear tenor, though, is it? You've got to pay tax on it, and Trina's going to take a third of it.
Yes, I know. I just get a small change. Well, anything's better than nothing.
Hi, kid.
So, yeah, what do you think?
Touch and go, but they'll write it off, I reckon.
You sure?
Yeah, it can be repaired, but you see, the labour's going to do them. Parts will take it up to the brink, labour will take it over the top.
Well, can I ring Mr. Wilson and tell him that?
Yeah, forewarn him if you like. But I'll pass this on to the assessor. It's up to them, then.
Okay.
Listen, what's the matter with Mac?
I give up. What's the matter with Mac?
Very touchy, isn't he?
Oh, it's a bad day.
Why?
I don't know. The man's got troubles, hasn't he?
Going around like he's got a grudge against everything.
Rubbish.
No, true, I'm telling you.
Now, don't die. Crossroads Garage? Hello, Mr. Wilson. I was just about to ring you. Listen, now this is off the cuff.
Strictly off the cuff.
Strictly off the cuff, but our mechanic says it's a write-off. Yeah. Hang on. What's the replacement value?
Well, 6.5, maybe.
6,000, 6,500, probably. Yeah. Well, give us a ring when you're ready, and we'll see if we can't do you a nice deal. Bye-bye. Yeah. He doesn't sound worried.
Yeah, better than some people we know, eh?
Uh-huh.
Like mournful MacDonald.
Oh, come on. Leave him alone, eh?
Yeah, he can cry his heart out if he likes, kid. It's his business, not mine. I don't know. Ah, there she goes. Ginger back up in the place of honor.
Well, we got another date.
What for? Time flies, mate. Just close your eyes to it, right?
I wish I could, mate.
Well, why not?
Because once a month, on the dot, Trina has to get her dues.
Yeah, a bit of a liberty, that, isn't it? Anyway, things won't be so bad now, will they? Well, the old hackers, you know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, don't con me. What's the matter?
Money?
Yeah, the extra 10 quid.
Who said?
Do I have to say anything with Sid Hooper around? I got built-in radar, mate.
Oh, rubbish.
You're not saying I'm mistaken, are you?
I'm not saying anything.
This as well, Squire. Look at that ginger there. By God, I could do her a bit of good. Did I ever tell you that Maeve was red-headed once? She had an Irish red setter on her lap. Anyway, that's besides the point. The thing is, it's going to be a bit easier, definitely, right?
Well,
with the extra 10 quid all round. Don't worry, I won't say a word. They're trying to kid us, these people.
Who?
The management. Coming round to each and every one of us and saying, you know, we're going to give you a rise. A little sparkle in her eyes is pathetic.
Now, listen.
Anyway, listen, you don't say a word to Maeve about this, right?
Look,
Look, the eye don't see.
Look, I can't see going across the board, man.
Oh, come on, pull the other one.
I mean it.
Like hell.
Honest.
So what's so special about you, then?
Look, I had to ask because I was in serious trouble, man.
Ask is no problem. I'll ask, mate. I've had plenty of practice, haven't I?
Look, the way it is that Trina cops a third of everything I pull in, man.
Yeah, well, she wouldn't get a third of me, I tell you that. But the thing is, Mac, if a rise is good enough for you, it's good enough for me, right? Ah, well, he's getting back to his old self again now.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me why, did you?
You tell me why.
Well, because when he opens his little pay packet next week, that grin is going to be wider than ever. And who knows, I might even raise a little twinkle myself.
Your daughter not joining us?
No, she's gone down the shops for one or two things.
Ah. Well, not exactly top of the pops with either of them, am I?
Well, sit down, do.
Is that cake homemade?
Yes, it's ginger. I hope you like it.
I don't believe it. My favourite. I haven't had homemade ginger cake in years.
Oh, don't tell me your wife doesn't bake.
Oh, why? Well, I suppose she might if I had one, which I haven't. I've never been married, Mrs. Brownlow.
Oh, but I always thought, Dobson and Son.
I fooled a lot of the folks. No, I'm the son, you see. Well, it didn't bother to alter it when Father passed on.
Oh, well, you do surprise me. You know, I always imagined... I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
It's a very natural mistake to make. I mean, it's unusual to come across a man of my age who's never taken the plunge. Oh, tar. No, the truth is that I was ham-fisted as a youngster, especially with girls. I never knew what to say to them, how to treat them. Let's face it, I was no Errol Flynn. They weren't exactly queuing up for me favours.
Well, there must have been one or two who had their eye on you.
Oh, a good catch, you mean? Family business.
Oh, no, I don't mean because of that.
Not even because of that. No. By the time I left school, there was a war on. When I came out of the army, the poor old dad had let things slip a bit. It wasn't much of a firm to come back to. I had to sweat cobs to make anything of what was left. I'm sorry. You can see I'm not used to mixed company, can't you?
Oh, so you were so busy you didn't have time for anything but work.
Well, there was nothing else. No, how to make the firm pay, getting on. Oh, my dad handed everything over to me, you know, gave me a free hand. He lost all interest, in fact, which was just as well. If he'd known what I was getting up to, the corners I cut, the chances I took, well, too many in the end. Finished up in the bankruptcy court.
Oh, no.
Yeah, twice. Well, the first time I was lucky. It never got further than private hearing. Well, of course, you can't win. Not when you're up against Mr. Taxman. Now, I had to borrow money to pay him. Then there was the interest on the loan from the bank and new tax building up and so on. You sweat your guts out to stay ahead, but of course you can't do it. It's impossible. So 5 years later, they had me again for good. Well, I was on my own by then. There was nobody left to get hurt, so I let it roll over me. I stood there in court and let them have their bit of fun. They treat you like dirt, you know. And that was that. Except for the aftermath. The freezing of the few quid they leave you in the bank and, well, the bailiffs. They're good for a laugh.
I didn't get as far as that,
What?
surely.
They were down to the yard like a pack of long dogs picking over the remains. They can take the lot, you know. Everything. Except your clothes and the tools of your trade. Mind you, it doesn't often come to that. They're human. Most of them as human as the law allows, but they're entitled.
Oh, that's terrible. I mean, I never really thought much about it, you know.
No. Well, to most people, bankruptcy's just a few lines in the newspaper. Oh, but I have to go through it. Mind you, the funny thing is that it doesn't seem to worry some of them. The big boys, the financial whiz kids. Both times, while I was waiting to be called, they'd come in with their barristers and solicitors, laughing and joking, patting each other on the back. Just a joke to them. To us, it's a crime, a disgrace, ruins our whole lives. To them, it's nothing. It's all just part of the game. Well, I've got a reputation for being a sharp dealer. Now, I know that. Of sailing pretty close to the wind. But I can't see myself ever getting that hard.
No, Mr. Dobson. I don't think you could. Help yourself to another piece of cake, Mr. Dobson, if you'd like it.
I won't say no to that. You're too good a cook.